Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan, and welcome to Life and Whiskey. It is the last week of June 2022, just coming off the heels of the summer solstice a couple days ago. And today we are going to look at a Benromach 10-year, and so Benromach is a Speyside distillery. If you've watched the channel for any length of time, you'll know that I am a Speyside fan. I like Isla's probably the most, which the next one up is going to be Bunnahabhain, which is an Isla. And then following Isla, my next favorite category is Speyside. I really like the butterscotchy, and you can pick up some of the often some of the kind of the seaside nature, a little bit of salt in there once in a while. Like I have a Balvenie, the Week of Peat, which is a peated Speyside. I really do enjoy peated whiskeys. It doesn't really matter where they are. I know that there are, and I have not had any, but I know there are peated Highlands and Lowlands and other, maybe a Campbelltown. I don't know. I haven't even dove into any of those distilleries at all. Um, and Irish. I got a Connemara, peated, and I'm looking for a Teeling Black Pits. Trying to find one. I found them online, for like $80 or so. Trying to find one in a store sometime when I go in. Hopefully it's less than that, but I know it's quite, it's not quite rare, but it's rare enough that I have not found any in my travels around Wyoming. I'm guessing I probably can't get it here in Wyoming. I'll have to go to another state. So there you go. Anyways, the Speysides, I am a big fan of. There's, let's see here. I don't have any of it, but of course, if you've been watching, you'll know that Monkey Shoulder is one of my favorite, just kind of go-to easy drinking. It's a blended. It's a blended malt whiskey, so it's a blend of, I think, 3 different distilleries, all out of Speyside. Very butterscotchy, sweet maltiness, and that's kind of the standard profile that I find from Speyside distilleries. And so it's something that I really enjoy. And I probably should have poured this so that I could have let it breathe a little bit. But, things happen. So, take a little pour right there. I believe this is just their standard 10-year. A little bit light in the color, but not bad. There might be a little E150 in here. I don't know. Even though it's light in color, compared to like if you watch the Gordon MacPhail Kalila 10-year, you can practically, that one looks like water with just this, dirty water a little bit. So I would guess this is probably colored. That is one downside to Scotch whiskeys, is that they do allow that food coloring in there. But, it doesn't affect the flavor, so what the heck. On the nose, I do get that butterscotch. I do get that malt, and there's a little sour note in the back that's almost leaning towards like earthy peatness. That is, on the side of a swamp. It's kind of a swampy sour note. If you've ever actually been in a swamp, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's like the culmination. It's not so earthy as it is like the combination of like algae and swamp scum and the stale water and other vegetation, and it's way in the back, but it's just a little touch of sourness in there. But mostly up front, it's butterscotch and malt, which is what I come to expect from a Speyside and what I really enjoy. So, on the taste, there is a very nice, light and subtle, earthy peatiness that goes right from the beginning all the way through the middle. It is the first note that you pick up and carries through, but right after you hit that note, then this sweet middle butterscotch with a little bit of vanilla and honey mixed in picks up. It finishes with a slight smoky and ash, and a little bit of salty brine. So this is actually a peated Speyside, and I didn't think much about it when I got it, um, and yeah, it's really delicious. Um, so I guess my nose wasn't completely wrong when I was picking up that peat. Um, but we'll go back in for another one, see how it goes. Yeah, just peat up front, earthiness, and then that smoke, slight tannic, ashy bitterness sets in. That's overriding this really nice butterscotch sweet flavor in there, and then it finishes with a nice little bit of ash in there. For 10 years, it's really, really good, and it has a lot of flavor. I would like to. I might have to hunt down another Benromach product and see if I can't find something with a little bit more age to it. It seems like that tannic, ashy peatiness um, is a little spiky and needs just a little bit more time to kind of mellow out and blend into the rest of the flavor profile and kind of make it more rounded. Because if there's anything that stands out in that flavor profile, it's just this spike of smoky ashiness. It's not presented in a bad manner, especially if you're a fan of smoke, if you're a fan of peat. But it just spikes up louder than the rest of the flavor notes, and it's a noticeable spike that I wish was kind of more rounded off. As because all the rest of the flavors are very nice and rounded and creamy to the mouthfeel, and that like all the other flavors are kind of filling your mouth with this nice creamy mouthfeel, and then there's just this spike of smoke in there. Um, Oddly enough, the nose didn't change at all during that whole thing. Um, and then where the spike, so there's smoke from beginning to the end, like I said, but that spike and how it presents kind of hit in different spots. So on the first sip, it was like you could taste the smoke, then you got the sweet, and then there was this spike of tannic ashiness, and then the rest of the flavor. The second sip, it got pushed kind of more towards the middle, and then on the last sip, that got pushed more towards the end. And so it seems like things are kind of moving around in the flavor profile a little bit, but all the flavors I described are pretty much there. It's just a matter of where you're going to find them. I'm guessing if I had sat here for a while, let this warm up, let this air out a little bit, and sat with it a little bit longer, that a lot more of those sweeter notes would kind of blossom in there. But really, really nice. This is sitting at 43% ABV or 86 proof. Picked this up for Benromach 10-year, $53.99 at the Liquor Shed in Casper, Wyoming. So $54, not a bad whiskey at all for $54. I think you get a more complex whiskey than you do with something like the McClellan's Isla, which it's hard to pass up a $17 or $18 whiskey, but it's a couple steps up as far as complexity compared to that. So really, really nice. So as always, drop in the comments down below what you can find a bottle of Benromach 10-year for in your area, and as well, please comment on your experience or your thoughts as to what Benromach 10-year is to you. I'd be curious to hear thoughts on that. For one, I really enjoy this one, so that one's going down on the shelf in easy access. And yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you don't mind. Share this video out to anybody who you think might enjoy this kind of content, or might learn something from these videos, or at least get a little bit of something out of it. And as always, thanks for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. Slowly but ever surely, subscriber content on all channels are ticking up little by little, so thank you very much for all of that. And yeah, as always, have yourselves a great day. We'll catch you in the next video where we check out Bunnahabhain.